Hello, fabulous people. This is the Together podcast, and this is the place where Cherise and I come together to help you get it together for your everyday business life. So we hope you enjoy. All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Today, I'm so excited to present this to you. We're talking about the 3 keys to reignite your relationship and amplify your income. All right. Has anybody ever had a relationship problem that didn't wind up affecting your income? Even if it's just you broke up with somebody and you didn't feel like getting out of the bed for 2 days. If that's you, just pop a yes in the chat. If you've had a relationship upset or breakdown that just had you miss a step, just pop a yes in the chat for me. Okay, great. We're going to just move on out. Yep, I see all you guys putting yes in there. We've all been there, definitely. Today, though, I'm specifically talking to entrepreneurs because when entrepreneurs have a misstep, it really does cost us money. But more than that, we want marriages that work. We want a business that works and a marriage that works. So that is what we're going to talk about today. Just 3 things you can do today to have a marriage that works better. All right. So those of you guys who would simply like more joy in your marriage, if you would type the word joy. That's it. Just type the word joy in the chat. Let me see everybody who could use a little bit more joy in their marriage. Excellent job. All right. Some of you guys may be here because you just want to be happy. You're not happy in your marriage. You want to be happy. You remember when you used to be happy. If that's you, I want you to type happy in the chat. Yep, just good. Okay, great, everybody. I love seeing it. We can all use a little bit more happiness in our relationships. Some of you may be here because you want a deeper connection. You don't feel as connected as you used to be to your partner. And you really enjoyed having a deep connection with your marital partner. And that's one of the reasons you married him, because you had a deep connection. If that's you, put the word deep. Yeah, just the word deep in the chat. If you vibrate with that and you just missed your connection with your partner. Excellent. I see you. I see you, Chris. I see you, Amy. I see you. All right. Some of you guys probably feel like we've been arguing way too much. Just this argument doesn't feel good. It just doesn't feel good. All right. So if that's you, if you would just put a less in the chat, just less arguing would make you feel better. Just put the word less, just less. We won't less. All right, good. I see that. I see you guys. All right, y'all really vibing with that. All right, and some of you guys want alignment, right? Just to feel aligned with your partner. Yeah, the alignment is such a powerful feeling. Yeah, because when 2 are walking together, they are so powerful. When 2 people pray together, when they're in alignment, they're so powerful, right? So alignment. So if you want more alignment, just put alignment in the chat. Good. Excellent job, everybody. Thank y'all so much for chiming in. I really, really appreciate it. All right. Last but not least, somebody out there, put the word peace in the chat because you want more peace. You just want a peaceful marriage, a peaceful relationship. You just want more peace. If that's you, pop a peace in the chat. Shout out to everybody who wants peace. I just want peace. I think that was Chris Rock on a TV show with Gail. And he was like, Gail, I just want peace. And so if that's you and you just want peace, reach that point in your life, put the word peace in the chat. Excellent job. So, okay, before we jump too far in, I'm glad that I'm here with people who are looking for the same thing. I'm looking for more joy, more happiness, more peace, less argument, more alignment. Then you're in the right place. And so let me tell you before we get too far who I am. My name is Natalie A.N. Elliott. I am a licensed professional counselor. I am a licensed marriage and family therapist. I am a certified sex therapist and a certified business coach. And I love the combination of all 3 of these. And so now with my 20 years of experience, I'm coming to you to bring with this new creation, this new specialization in working with couples that have some type of entrepreneurial component to their relationship, and they want a great marital life. They want a great family. They want a great legacy. So I'm down and I'm here to support that. So let me tell you a little bit about my story and how I got here. So I was already a therapist, already working in private practice, and had gotten into what I thought was a wonderful, wonderful relationship with this guy. And the Super Bowl came to Atlanta, and he had to work straight for a week in preparing for the Super Bowl. And then on the end of the Super Bowl, like the Tuesday after, we met up at Panera to connect again. And y'all, he broke up with me. And I think a part of me is still on that Panera floor. And he was saying that he didn't like the business that we were trying to start. He didn't feel connected, all of these things. And I was clueless, so clueless. What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? And I felt like we hadn't having conversations about it. And then I was like, I'm a therapist. What do you mean? And what do you mean you're not in alignment with the business that we're trying to open? Like, I had no clue. And so with that, I was already a therapist, but with that, I really started like trying to think like, how do you make relationships work? And how did I miss it so much when I already know so much about relationships? How was I so far off? And so I really started to like read the literature differently. I really started studying differently. I really started praying differently to find some answers that came up that worked and really helped me figure out. And that's what we're going to talk about today is one of the answers that I came up with so that you are never on a Panera floor. You are never in a point where you don't understand how you got so far apart from your partner that you're so lost that the end relationship is ending and you're clueless. So that's why I'm here. So out of that work, I created what's called the Maritalpreneur Weekend Intensive. And this is where I really work with couples so that we get that alignment, we get that happiness, we get that joy, we get that peace. So we do 3 nights, 4 days in a 5-star hotel. And I'm really excited about this because I'm really tailored it for entrepreneurs, really, really tailored for entrepreneurs. So, okay, so that's me. That's where we are. Let's get back to you. All right. So the truth of the matter is marriage is hard. Business is hard, but we love them both, right? So I love my business. I love my partner. I love everything. And by the way, you guys, I am in a wonderful relationship right now. And my partner and I feel so aligned. And the things that I'm telling you about today is the things that we do. And we're terribly aligned. And I check in often to make sure that we are feeling that alignment. So, all right. But for many people, being married, being in business can feel like you're rolling 2 boulders up a hill at the same time. They're both tough, right? But we got to do it. What else are we going to do? When you're an entrepreneur, not being in business doesn't feel like an option. And if you're married, you just can't stop being married. And so we often find ourselves doing very hard work. Some of you guys, though, you actually feel like y'all are rolling 2 boulders up, but you're not aligned. And so one person is going this way with the marriage, the other person is going this way with the business. And we're not working together and we're not aligned. And that feels even worse. Gotcha. Even worse. So one of the things I need you to know is you're not making it up. Entrepreneurs have a 75% divorce rate. Can you believe it? 75%. That means you only got a 25% chance of success. So entrepreneurs, if you're going to be successful in marriage, you have got to get support. You can't do this without a system. You can't do this without support. You can't go at it alone because the odds are against you. And so I'm so glad y'all showed up here today. If you are here today, you are here to support your marriage. So put a yes in the chat. Yes, I'm here for it. Yes, I'm here to get what I need. Yes, I'm here to save my marriage. Put a yes in the chat. All right. So let me go in a little bit of what I'm actually hearing. So when I'm talking to couples, when I'm talking to entrepreneurs, I'm hearing things like our goals don't align and it's pulling us apart. And that hurts, right? Especially when you have dedicated your life to this person for your goals not to align and they pull you apart. That just doesn't feel good. All right. I'm also actually hearing this one kind of like shook me a little bit. I felt this. I don't mind leading, but you can't actively pull against me. So, and it just notice how hard that feels. Like I'm trying to get us somewhere as a couple. I'm trying to get a legacy built. I'm trying to make sure that neither one of us are working to the day we die, that we enjoy. And it feels like my partner is pulling against me, working against me, like literally running the wrong way down the field with the ball to score for the other team. That never feels good. Never ever feels good. All right. And yes, people are feeling that. That's what I'm like. This is a quote from a literal client. So if you felt that, please know you're not the only one. And you're not the only marriage yourself there. Okay. I've heard this actual client quote. He doesn't loop me in on decisions until it's too late for me to give input. So we don't feel like a team. We don't feel like we're together. It doesn't feel like I'm respected. And just this week, y'all, just this week, one of my clients said, we graduated from the same school at the same time. I had a better GPA than my partner. So all my answers can't be wrong. Like when we're having a discussion, there's no way all my answers can be wrong. Like there's just no way. And so, like, I understand that. And that's another couple that's not aligned. They're not listening to each other. They don't know how to work as a team. And so, if one of the things that you're wanting to do is be a team, because we're just not a team. You're not feeling like a team. Put team in the chat. Put team in the chat. Let me know who wants to be a team, a marital team, a powerhouse, the power couple that's not only living life, but winning life, a team that wins. All right, let's change it. Actually, put winner. Put winner in the chat. That's it. There we go. There go my winners. All right, so let me get down and tell you guys how to win. All right, this is the Marriagepreneur's 3P system for how you can win. Win, win, win. All I do is win, win, win. All right, so I am here for it. I want you winning, and these are the 3 steps. And in case some of you guys have to leave, I want you to have these 3 steps right now. You need to be doing a daily checkpoint, weekly protected time, and a quarterly pause. That is your recipe for winning. A daily checkpoint, weekly protected time, and a quarterly pause. That is your recipe for winning. If everybody would put recipe in the chat, get with me. Put recipe, because this is your recipe. A daily checkpoint, weekly protected time, a quarterly pause. And I'm going to try to say that often because I want you guys to get that. A daily checkpoint, weekly protected time, and a quarterly pause. So now let me break that down into what that is for you so that you know. The daily checkpoint is when you sit with your partner 5 to 15 minutes and you guys have a conversation, y'all have a devotion, y'all read one page of a book. I don't really care what you do, but you spend that time dedicated to each other, either before the kids wake up or after the kids go to bed. It can be on your lunch break, but it's something that happens at the same time every single day for 5 to 10 minutes. Y'all can pray together. Y'all can do mantras together. Y'all can do exercise together. One of my couples, they drink water together. That's all they do is they drink water together. Now, I do ask that if you go do something simple like drink water together, there's also maybe some skin to skin contact. So maybe we can hold hands as we drink water, give each other a high five after we drink water or something, but a daily checkpoint. At the simplest form, I need the daily checkpoint to maybe just be, hey, how you doing today? Hey, do you need any support today? Hey, just hey. And so when you're an entrepreneur, your work hours can get crazy. When you're an entrepreneur with kids, you can actually go a couple of days without seeing your partner or talking to your partner. All right. And so therefore, when you put in a daily checkpoint, when every morning at 5 a.m., even though we're sleepy, we wake up and we say, hey, babe, how you doing? How you doing in life? It means the most. If before we go to bed, we say, hey, how you doing? Some of them that have a partner that has to work outside of the home, on the way to work, they talk on the car. They talk on the phone in the car. Hey, what you got going on today? What I got going today? So that daily checkpoint, anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes. If you want to add structure, you can do like the paired app where you're asking a question and answering a question with each other in person. You might be reading a page of a book. We're just going to read one page, or one paragraph. Let's see. You might want to do a quote of the day. You might want to do a Bible verse of the day. What do you think about this? What do you think about this? It doesn't have to be long. I want it to be at least 5 minutes, no longer than 15 minutes, because I need this to be consistent and happen in your day. All right, everybody got that? A daily checkpoint every single day at the same time. All right, let that sink in. Okay, good. All right, good job. Now, I just recently, actually, this is about a month ago now. I had a client, he's a YouTuber. His partner is a researcher, and they were arguing a lot. And I was like, and they weren't talking a lot because right now they are in two different locations. And so we talked about putting in the daily check, that checkpoint, that daily checkpoint, putting it in where they talk every single day, at least 5 minutes at the same time. You know, it needs to be a ritual. It needs to happen at the same time. Everybody else in your world needs to know you're not available for this 5 to 15 minutes. And so they implemented it. We came back. He said, Natalie, we're not arguing anymore. What you mean y'all not arguing anymore? We hadn't even worked on you guys arguing yet. He was like, we don't argue anymore. He was like, something about us checking in. We're able to ask questions far in advance up front. We're not, he said, the angst that we were feeling, we're not feeling it anymore. We're feeling more connected as a team. We're on the same page and we don't argue anymore. What? I cannot believe that. The power of this daily check-in. I feel like it's like wax on, wax off. Who my Karate Kid people out there that remember wax on, wax off? If you remember wax on, wax off, put it in the chat. Wax on, wax off. Yes. Yes. And what it is that simple thing that doesn't feel like you're doing anything. That simple thing that doesn't feel like you're doing anything. But what you're doing is building a muscle. What you're doing is building connection. What you're doing is building a bond between you and your partner that no longer breaks every time there's a storm. It's that this person loves me, this person's connected to me, this person wants to be in my life, this person cares about my life, I care about this life. So just the power of that daily check-in alone will change your relationship. This is a game changer. Like I'm surprised. Like when he was like, Natalie, we're not arguing anymore. Wait, what? Like I'm so surprised that this thing is so powerful, but it is so powerful. And it can be so simple. It doesn't have to be complicated at all. They sell daily devotionals. You can Google daily devotionals online. It doesn't have to cost you anything except for time. And I know you're an entrepreneur and I know you're busy, but if you don't have 15 minutes to put into your relationship every day, then you don't need to be in a relationship. There's no way you're going to have a marriage that's going to grow without you putting time into it. So, okay, let's get to the second one. All right, the second one is weekly protected time. Weekly protected time. All right, I know some of y'all are like, Natalie, is that a date night? Because we tried date nights and date night don't work. Okay, a lot of entrepreneurs, date nights don't work because your schedule is so crazy. Like you might be doing a launch and we don't have time to leave the house. We don't have time to do this. We don't have time to do that. I get that. Entrepreneurs are busy. And yet, if you want a marriage that's going to run and run well, you've got to put in weekly protected time. It needs to be 2 to 4 hours. I would like it to be consistently at the same time every week, but as long as it happens every week, that's good. Now, let me tell you what protected time is, because it has to be at least 2 hours. One of the hours has to nurture the relationship, meaning how you doing? What's going on in your life? How you feeling about how the week is going? Like, let's just talk. Ideally, sex would happen in this hour or some type of connection where we feel really good as a couple. The second hour or the second half of the time needs to be maintenance time, maintenance of the relationship. So this is who going to the grocery store? What's our weekend looking like? What are we going to do about this problem? Where we're talking about the problems. And this is where people really start to feel the alignment, like they have a partner and they have a team. They're on a team because we're saying, okay, I got this week. I got this week. So, okay, partner, I'm gonna order the groceries. Can you go pick them up on Monday when you get off since you're getting off early? And so it's really taking that time to game plan the week. When couples start doing this, they start feeling like a team. They really do. because I'm tackling the week with you. I don't feel like I'm in this world and you have no idea what's going on with me anymore because I'm showing up. We're showing up to the weekly protected time. And when you're entrepreneurs, you have to protect it. Like this time has to be protected. If you want a marriage that's going to work and work well and make you happy, make you more joyful, make you feel aligned, make you feel more peaceful, this is one of the things you have to do. Have weekly protected time so neither one of them feel like you're going at it alone. This is where you're going to feel like a team. All right, pop team in the chat for me. Team in the chat for me. Okay. All right. Couples that do a weekly protected time, whether we want to call it a date night or something else, I'm calling it protected time for my entrepreneurs. It needs to be different than just a date night. I don't need you just to go out and leave the house and get dressed. It may have to be in the house. It may have to be in the closet. But we're going to be in that closet for 2 hours. We're going to have sex for the first hour, but then we're going to do all the stuff that we got to talk about for the second hour. But that's where that protected time is. And that's what it is. So couples that do that have a marital satisfaction rate that increases by 50%. Would you like to be 50% more happy with your marriage? Absolutely. That's why you got to do this. And you got to start doing it this week. So figure out, is it going to be first thing Monday morning? Is it going to be first thing Friday morning? Is it going to be in the middle of the day on Sunday? Is it going to be on Sunday night? When is this going to be? But I'm going to challenge you to get with your partner and figure out when you're going to do that weekly protected time so y'all can be a team that wins. We're all about win, win, win here. All right. Now, some of you guys may have to go. I understand we've been here. So I wanted to make sure that before I give you this last point, for any of you who needs to leave the call early, that you knew what the next step was. And the next step is, if you are struggling in your marriage, call me. Let's do a free marriage clarity call where I'm going to simply think about, you're going to tell me about your biggest challenge, and we're going to make a simple plan to help you with the biggest challenge in your marriage. How many of you guys would feel better if you had a plan to tackle your biggest marital problem, your biggest marital challenge? All right. The marriage clarity call is completely free. That's my offer to you today for showing up, for wanting to invest in your marriage, for wanting to have a better life. Jump on a call with me. It's the marriageclaritycall.com, marriageclaritycall.com. Get that free call with me. Y'all can go book it right now, and we're going to talk. You can bring your partner, so we can do one-on-one, just me and you, or we can do one-on-two, me and your partner, so that we can get you the marriage that you want. It's not only going to be a successful marriage, that's going to support you having a successful business, because when you're an entrepreneur, the two are intertwined. They are. I don't know anybody who's really highly successful in their business when they're also going through a divorce. That doesn't feel good. It doesn't work. Okay. All right. The last point of the 3P system is a monthly and or quarterly pause. Now, this needs to be anywhere from 4 to 8 hours. If it's quarterly, it definitely needs to be 8 hours. If it's monthly, then 4 hours are due. This is where couples take time away. So go sit at a Panera all day long. Y'all know that's my store. That's my lab. Atlanta Bread Company, Starbucks, coffee house, rent a hotel that has a table in it. Do something where you're taking time away from your life for a day. I know it's hard to do when you have kids, so you might need to do this during the school year on a weekday when the kids are in school. But once a quarter, get away for a solid 8 hours. And this is what you're going to do. You're going to go over your goals as a family. You're going to go over your values as a family. You're going to talk about your values as a business. You're going to see if the goals that we started out with at the beginning of the year, if they're still appropriate for us, if they still make sense. We're going to look and see where the business is and where we want the business to be. Are we on track? We're going to look at where the marriage is and where we want the marriage to be. Are we still on track? We're going to look at our family, where our family is, and are we still on track? And so this is how you keep yourself aligned. We're going to make sure that everybody's goals are being worked on. I have so many couples that are like, there's no room for me in my marriage because the business is taking up everything. It's in the quarterly pause is when we get to say, is everybody's goals being met? Do we need to stop something and focus on something else for a little while? Do we need to revamp our plan? Is what we're doing still makes sense? This is where that alignment comes in, because we're taking time to be aligned. We're taking time to remember why we're all doing this. And that is so powerful. It is so powerful because now everybody's on the same page. We know what we're doing. We know why we're doing it. We're reinvigorated. All right. Now, who needs quarterly and who needs monthly? If you've been doing it for a while, you probably can get away with quarterly, and quarterly will feel like, yeah, that feels real good. If your life is total chaos, we got 10 businesses and 10 kids and everything is going all the time, and our parents are getting older by the day and things are happening, and we also got to do this for this organization, this for this organization, and we in charge of the family reunion, then you probably need to be doing it monthly at first. Okay. So if it feels totally chaotic and y'all feel as misaligned as you possibly can, like you didn't even know you could feel disaligned with somebody this much, then you need to be doing it monthly until we get it back in alignment. And I'm going to say a minimum of 6 months. Particularly, I've noticed when my clients have tried to get aligned with their finances, it takes minimum 6 months. The first 3 months, it just takes us getting all of the money in the same place at the same time and remembering everything. I remember one couple, they were trying to get their finances aligned and they thought they had the perfect budget. And then they realized they forgot the kids' daycare. And so they had to just meet again. And so when you're doing that monthly at the beginning, if you've never aligned before, if you've never sat down and said, okay, what are the vision and the values we want for the company? What's the vision and the values we want for our family? If you've never done that before, then it's going to take you a couple of months to do it. What are your goals? What are your goals for you? What are your goals for your partner? What are your goals for you guys as a family? And all the goals. What are your career goals? What are your training goals? What are your financial goals? What are your weight loss goals? Everything into one huge, actually, I want it in one huge document. But even if we put it all on the whiteboard and take a picture of it so we can keep up with it from quarter to quarter, from month to month, until we get everything in the things to do list, everything on the agenda, we're working toward everything. And I gotta say, entrepreneurs, because I've seen this again, when people say the business is taking over, there's no more time for me. The business is taking up so much, I can't pursue my own goals. Is to make sure both people, all people in the relationship, their goals are written down somewhere. And that we are saying, okay, when the business reaches this benchmark, then we'll focus on your goal until your goal reaches this benchmark. Then we'll come back to mine. And I know for some of you guys, you're just like, oh my God, but what if I can't stop focusing on the business? And so I'm going to give you a quote. And what I want you to do is to take this quote to heart. All right. Now, you ready? Are y'all ready? I don't know if y'all ready. Okay, maybe y'all might have to be ready. All right. This is the quote. As simple as this. If you want to go fast, go by yourself. All by yourself. If you want to get there fast, go by yourself. If you want to go far, though, take others. But when you take others, you're going to slow down. You're going to slow down. It just is what it is. Let me give y'all a very practical example of that. I love my best friend. She is never on time. If I got in my car right now to drive to Daytona Beach, Florida, where my aunt lives, I could probably by myself make it in about 4.5, 5 miles, depending on 75 South. 5 hours, 4.5 hours, 5 hours. There, no problem. I would get my snacks. I would do my bathroom break. I wouldn't do it. A bathroom break for a single person is like 5 minutes. It's good. I would get there. If I take my friend, it's a 12-hour trip automatically. But the thing is, I'm going to have somebody to laugh with all along the way. I'm going to have somebody to enjoy music with. I'm going to have great conversations. I'm going to have a joyful time. And so, yes, your business may move slower when you get married. It may not grow as quickly. But my hope is that you'll have a great time. That's what I want. And so doing this quarterly pause, yes, it's going to take time. But my hope is that you'll have a great time. That when you get to the top of the mountain, you won't be alone. That you'll have somebody to share it with. It is no fun being in a big house by yourself. It's just not. And I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to have that. So I'm going to encourage you, even though it's going to take time, even though it may feel like you're slowing down, to take a quarterly pause every quarter. And for some of you guys, it has to be every month. Okay? All right. All right. Let's take another deep breath. Good. All right. So I came up with this quote and I just love it. I want you to pause and grow rich together. That's what I want for y'all, to pause and grow rich together. And when you take those pauses, when y'all make sure you're aligned, when you work to get aligned, when y'all are doing that consistently 4 quarters a year, each time you will pause and you will get to go rich together. All right, pop the word rich in the chat for me. If you want to grow rich together, yes, put rich in the chat. That's what you're doing. Put rich in the chat. All right. I have a couple of their doctors, and when I had them start doing this, when we sat down and we figured out, okay, what are your values for the business? What are your values for the family? How do you want to express those values? When I had them start going over those quarterly, and when had them looking at each other's goals, looking at the schedules for the next quarter, finding out what was important, what was the big things that they wanted to do, they said, we finally feel aligned. Isn't that amazing? If you want to feel aligned, put aligned in the chat for me. If you want to be able to say, we finally feel aligned. After years of marriage, we're finally on the same page. If you want to feel that, put aligned in the chat for me, because I want you to feel that. I want you to feel that. All right. Something else I want you guys to know. Okay. In the book Atomic Habits, oh, I love this quote. If anybody's read that book, pop a yes in there if you've read the book Atomic Habits. I know my entrepreneurs be all on top of they reading their books, and Atomic Habits was a big one. All right. So one of the things that I love about Atomic Habits is this particular quote. And the quote is, you do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. The Marriagepreneur's 3P system is a framework that your marriage can rest on, that you can rest into when you are doing a daily checkpoint, when you are doing weekly protected time, when you are doing a quarterly pause. You have a system for success. You have a system that your marriage can grow on. It's a system. It's as simple as watering your plants every week. When I started watering my plants consistently every week, when it became a ritual that I did every Sunday morning, my plants started growing, because it was no longer hit and miss and when they were going to have their next rejuvenation. It was consistent. And that's what we want. We want consistency for you. We want a marriage that works for you. And so I want you to have a system that works. This system will work. Put it into practice. Put it into play. This system will work for you. It will. All right. That is bringing us to the end of our call. So thank you guys so much for spending this time with me today. If you want more from me, if your marriage is in distress, I want you to go to marriageclarity.com and book a call with me. I want us to sit down and I want us to look at your biggest challenge. And then once we look at your business challenge, we're going to come up with a simple plan for you to execute. That's the gift I'm giving you with this marriage clarity call. And if it makes sense for us to do more work together, then at the call, we'll figure that out. And I'll let you know how we can do more work together, because I am committed to your marital success. I don't want anybody else's heart left on the floor of Panera. I don't want it. I don't want anybody else losing 77% of their wealth due to a divorce. All right. Oh yeah, I need to move that slide. So this is some of the things that I hear from my clients after we worked together for a while. One of them, and I promise y'all, this was in the last month. One of them, I was like, "How y'all doing?" And the female partner said, "We have a sex life now." That was the biggest compliment I think I could have ever gotten. It's a couple to say, "Man, we have a sex life now," which to me communicates we're feeling more connected to each other. We have a deeper connection with each other. So many people say sex is the glue that makes a marriage work. And so I love that I was able to support a couple. So that was their simple reward from it. We have a sex life now, like so amazing. All right. Another couple, after we got finished doing their work together, they were, the guy said, I got my partner back. I got my partner back. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice when you can get your partner back? Yeah, I just love it. I just love it because I love when it's so simple, right? That we're not people who are trying. I mean, yes, of course, we're trying to be a millionaire and everything, but most of us, we're everyday people who just want to live a good life. And so just live a good life with my partner, just to have fun. We're trying to do the simple things. And so I love that just doing the work, putting the investment in a marriage will get a return. So one of the other things one of my couples said is we're having fun together again, building the business. Because for us entrepreneurs, building a business is fun, right? We love the challenge. We love the complexity and figuring out things and figuring out how we can make it better and what do we need to do to get a bigger profit margin on this and how can we make this tweak and so we just love it. But when we're not aligned, when we're fighting over everything, when I don't feel like my partner hears me, I don't feel like they are influenced by me, then you don't feel like a team, and you don't feel like a team. It doesn't feel good to play, and it just makes business feel horrible. And so to know that you can make an investment in your marriage, you can make an investment in your relationship, in your future, that will make you better business partners, to make business fun again. Oh my God, I want you to have that. I want you to have that. Okay, I'm not going to get choked up. I'm going to keep it moving. And again, I'm going to ask you guys for your marriage, if your marriage is less than 100%, then go to marriageclaritycall.com and book a free call with me so we can tackle that biggest challenge and make a simple plan for you so that you're working toward improving your marriage. You're working toward improving your life. You're working toward being in love with your partner again. So, all right, that's all I have for you guys today. Keep in touch with me. Join the Marriagepreneurs Facebook group and definitely sign up for that call. I so appreciate you guys spending this time with me. I look forward to talking to you guys, and y'all have a great day. If anybody has any questions, I'll stay on longer, definitely, and answer your questions. Thank you.
Audio Jungle.